You guys also advise a lot of investors coming into the market, foreign investors. Any particular advice for the foreign investor who wants to invest in one of those three categories, what they should consider or how you might be able to help?
There are a lot of lot of differences, and those markets have become even more local over the last 24 months with COVID, especially China and India, as we called, because the ecosystem are unique in themselves. We have the super app ecosystem in China. Consumer behavior is very different. E-commerce is very different. Everything is very different and unique. Payment is different, etc. So the value chain are unique. So just applying and copy paste is rarely a success. There are opportunities. However, you do need a strong partner for your Asia go-to-market, for your Asia localization, and thanks to that, you will be allowed to bring into your cap table or into your group also Asian partners that will help you accelerating. The second thing is the maturity is a bit different. So the consumer is consuming in a different way. The market is much less mature. However, it's accelerating very fast. So we can't say, oh, those fundamentals of the market don't exist. I'm not willing to invest in this part of the world. I don't think we should. No, I think you should, because the fundamentals are just different. So it requires time to learn if you want to gather those growth opportunities. And the last thing I would say is market access. It's sometimes complex because deals are brokered in a very different way, and investors are coming from very different circles. So people may say from the foreign world may see a lack of sometimes transparency. However, there isn't when you know who to talk to, how to access those, and having access to the right deals. So we do believe there is a lot, because at the moment those sectors are open for investment and open for foreign firms to tap in, at the contrary of what may be depicted in some of the medias. So there is a lot of willingness to accelerate this space, and we do believe that those smart Asian investors will be really willing to work with North American, European, and other Asian firms to accelerate their brand, their push in this part of the world.
That there's a real opportunity for the future of health, wellness, fitness, especially integrating technology or becoming a technology company. So I think one of the questions that I have for Loron and JB is, how can businesses capitalize on all the innovations and changes in technology now? Where should they be investing and putting resources?
I think the first thing is have a strategy. I mean, I think a lot of companies were caught blindsided during COVID. Not necessarily having a strategy, but really, it's really critical to really have your approach, know what you want to do around innovation, look at digital transformation in all parts of your business, not only because you need to do it to survive, but your customers now want it. We can't believe the amount and the shift of people in terms of wanting more data, obviously looking after their health, but that's been a huge transformational shift in all elements around fitness and well-being, but as well we see it across other businesses that we work with around innovation. Everyone needs to do this, and it's got to be a consistent process that you go through, and it's really getting closer to your customers. I think this has forced this issue that was kind of out there for a while, that now is critical, and the strong companies will survive. You know, we talked about it probably about a little over two and a half years ago, where it was around inside out, outside in. In other words, when someone's coming to a gym, for example, they're there for a couple hours of their day. What are they doing the other 22 hours? How are you connecting with them? How are you providing them other opportunities? What else are you doing to activate and be involved in their lives? Because many of them want that. They want that consistency, and it's become more and more important with all the changes that have happened due to COVID.
Yeah, and speaking as an owner operator, you guys have been really helpful in us implementing an athlete management system, and the ability to take advantage of all the technology that's out there, integrate it into one central system, but then have a real conversation with your customers who really impact their life has been powerful. So I can attest to what you're saying about having a strategy.
Very true. And one of the things that people may not have seen is this around sports tech and health tech is really what's happened is it's this democratization of this technology. So you think about it, a lot of this technology was used with the most elite athletes in the world, right? And literally where they're monitored all the time. All of these technologies, or many of these technologies, are available now to people who want to apply them. The key issue is learning about them, understanding them, and then applying to what makes most sense for your business. But it's critical that they do that.
Yeah, and as a coach, that gets me
Yeah.
excited, because now I can bring these high-level solutions to everybody.
Yes.
So it's really wonderful capability.
And also you have a connection with them when they're not here. And so you can know what they're doing. You can survey them. How are you feeling? You can just, all those different things are a key part of helping them to excel and to be even better athletes.
And maybe to add is in addition to that, as an operator in this business, Marco, you can deliver a much more holistic 24/7 experience, and not only be the one who just show the moves, you actually their 24/7 life coach that everyone in this industry aspire to be, and is in that industry to achieve that as a goal. So, and it allows you, in addition to that, it allows you to create much more engagement with your clients, deliver metrics, deliver success, and explaining the success you have been delivering. So this is something I think very important. In every business we do, in every company in the world, you need to deliver KPIs to show success of your strategy. Whatever you do, whether you recruit, whether you invest, whether you coach. So I do believe that nowadays clients are more and more demanding in this part, because they are used to look at data on their phone. They are used to more and more of their wearables. They start to get much more familiar with it. So if the professionals are not moving even ahead in those sports tech trends that are coming from, let's say, B2B, sports, professional, and healthcare towards more prosumer, then there will be business models that won't last because they can't adapt to the customer demand and the interest in understanding their body better thanks to data.
Cool. And I'm amazed at the robust environment of local businesses that are really growing in Asia, especially around technology, sports technology, fitness technology. But what about the international brands and the international businesses that want to come into Asia? How are they navigating the landscape? Any advice for them or how they're doing it?
There's really two things that I think are important for companies that want to come into Asia. First one is really working with people that have experience in the region. It's a very vast, great, huge population, but very vast, very different. Each market is different. And really to get an understanding of who to work with, you want to work with people that have real insight on what's happening on the ground. Not just what's happening now, but what is happening in the future. And one thing for sure in Asia, as I was saying earlier, it leapfrogs different stages of industries. It's very dynamic and it moves very quickly. So you need people with the insight. And then the second thing, as we all know, is that it's really network. This is very much a top-down culture, and you want to go in at the top and speak with the key decision makers right from the start. And that gets built through, over time, through trust and through building a great network. And we're proud of the network we have with well over 100 years of experience around all the different industries and our subject matter experts that know their space extremely well. That's an example of what you want to be looking for when you're looking to work with and enter the market.
It's a strong background, and you guys are making an impact in the industry. And just in the conversations that we have, even including today, we can see how rapidly it's changing, and you really do need somebody who has their finger on the pulse as to how the industry is evolving and all the different pieces, how they especially come together to create both an investment opportunity and better solutions for the consumer market.
Very true, Marco. Both of us have been out here for years. I've been out here over 26 years. JV's been out here 15 years. And we're seeing this is yet another wave. And this one, we've seen all the different waves of the transformation of the ecosystems here. This one feels different. This one feels like it's really starting to move quite quickly, and it's around all the different trends we've seen. Population, digital adoption, 5G, which is everywhere. All of these different things tied in with the sports ecosystem and people wanting to be more fit. All those are going to power this region.
Any final thoughts on how they can get started, on what's the next step for them to come into Asia and to say, this is an opportunity that we'd like to get involved in?
Reach out. We're always open to have a great discussion. Yeah, we're always, we want to learn too what people are looking for when they come into the market, right? And because sometimes there can be something new that gets brought in there. And as I said, this region often adapts and then creates its own opportunities. And one thing's for sure, it's definitely happening in this region. So lots and lots of opportunities.
Okay.
And if we can avoid, assist them to avoid few mistakes and introduce them to few right contacts, then and de-risk them.
Yeah.
This is what we.
I wish I met you guys a couple of years ago.
This is what we like to do.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
like to de-risk you as soon as possible, because that's the best way to push your valuation in the quickest way. So this is what we try to assist people
Absolutely.
with our network and our expertise. And we had a lot of successful cases, but we believe there is a lot more to come. So we're very excited to be part of the Fit Summit family and support every business that are part of this ecosystem.